You want to order anything?
Yeah, please. I appreciate it.
Actually.
All right. Let's see. All right. Shalom, Israel. What I got? Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Brakatham, Yahweh Shemor Alathan, Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Yahshai, it's like it. It's the Sabbath service. We're gonna get started in just a second. As you see on the screen, we're gonna be talking about Cain and Abel. So we're gonna read some verses from Genesis, explain them, and what we gather, what we can get from that account in the scriptures. All right, how we can apply that to our lives today. So, bear with us 1 second, and then we'll go straight into it. All right. There's quite a few things you can pick up from Cain and Abel, you know? Quite a few things. All right. Are you ready? The water, I appreciate that. Oh man. Something about unclosed doors that bothers me. Incense burning. Make sure you got your incense burning. Check him out. That's a good look. Y'all upgrading on me, man. Man. That's right. I'll shout it to him. All right, man. What we talked about last week?
Wicked woman.
We did. Oh, we talked about Is it?
I believe it was how to identify a wicked woman. I believe.
Yeah. Okay, that. And we went over Leviticus 20, like a few verses in Leviticus 20. Mm-hmm. Okay, Kane. We did. We talked about an adulterous woman. What to look out for. Before I started any class, I like just doing a quick review of whatever we went over the week prior. Next week we're gonna do a little something different. We're gonna start going into the accounts that's a little more lengthy if that makes sense. So we're gonna do that. But all right. So imagine just myself. We're gonna start the Sabbath service. La Yashrala. Alright, I might want Piakudum, which means to stand and face the east. Stand and face the east. We're going to throw up these prayers. If you're at home, burn your incense, face the east, and throw up the prayers with us. Right? Sisters, have your head covered. Brothers, gird up your loins.
Shake this damn bezel up on me.
Ready?
Come.
We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shumka.
Shumka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak with Ka.
Malak with Ka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazah Ka.
Ratazah Ka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Latan Lanau.
Latan Lanau.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalach Lanau.
Wasalach Lanau.
Kabawath Now.
Kabawath Now.
Kasalach Now.
Kasalach Now.
Kabawath Now.
Kabawath Now.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabiyah Now.
Tabiyah Now.
When the side one.
When the side one.
Ball.
Ball.
Hawashai Now.
Hawashai Now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwath.
Hamalakwath.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahtaparath.
Wahtaparath.
La'alimium.
La'alimium.
Aman.
Aman.
In English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not.
Into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us.
From evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Hakak, or which is the power. Hakak. In Hebrew, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Babakushai,
Babakushai,
Latan Lanau,
Latan Lanau,
Hakak,
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 Larapa'ah,
Lara'ah,
Call,
Call,
Makala,
Makala,
Wakal,
Wakal,
Madawa,
Madawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Ha,
Ha,
Matazarayim,
Matazarayim,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Lahaquayim,
Lahaquayim,
Hamathim,
Hamathim,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Isle,
Isle,
Rakawath,
Rakawath,
Tamala,
Tamala,
Lagarashan,
Lagarashan,
Bahasham,
Bahasham,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Gowada,
Gowada,
Aman.
Aman.
In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Please.
Please.
Give us the power.
Give us the power.
Power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Wa Me'aka Allah.
Wa Me'aka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Tazab Ya'ah.
Wa Tazab Ya'ah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawap Yum.
Ha Alawap Yum.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Kayayoyam.
Ha Kayayoyam.
Wa Ha'akwatyan.
Wa Ha'akwatyan.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem.
Wa Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Amen.
Amen.
In English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yahan.
Commanding General
The
Yahweh.
generals.
The generals.
The captain.
The captain.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalm 121. Y'all remember this order, all right?
Come on.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ashah, Ayunya, All, Haryam, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Waratazah, All, Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, All, Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharallah, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Zalka, Al-Yad, Yamimka, Yawamum, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Layala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Kaza'avka, Babawa'aka, Ma'ita, Wa'aid, Iwalum. Psalms 121 in English. No, the water went. Oh, I got it. I will lift up my eyes unto the hill.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help comes from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth
Shall
Israel.
neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade.
The Lord is thy shade.
Upon thy right hand.
Upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
The Lord shall, it's like it. He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
And
out
thy coming in.
and thy coming in
From this time forth.
from this time forth
And even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
all, Damiyah, Lakah, all, Akarash, all, Ashakwat, all, Kaya, Hana, Awiyabika, Hamayawan, Ra'ash, Ayel, Amakah, Ayamwa, Sawada, Wayata, Tazawa, Ayel, Manika, Marwa, Lakawa, Manakakidum, Magaya, Wala'ah, Zakar, Shum, Asharala, Awada, Kaya, Noah, Tazawa, Laba, Kadwa, Alika, Warya, Akaratwa, Alaya, Adawam, Wa, Ashmalium, Awab, Hagarium, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashath, Amishabia, Tazawar, Gum, Ashawar, Elawa, Aimum, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labunya, Lawat, Salah. Aisha, Laham, Kamadyan, Kasaya, Sarah, Kayadyan, Nakal, Oyashwan, Shimadwa, Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, Daman, Ladama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamua, Kaira, Kazaba, Kazabat, Katazol, Manai, Kal, Asayakamwa, Ashar, Marwa, Narasha, Lanawa, Nawa, Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Shaitamwa,
Shaitamwa,
Gogala, Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapunya,
Lapunya,
Laka, Ka'ash, Abaira, Yaira, Wa, Kalaba, Dalahat, Aryam, Kane, Aradakma, Asairika, Wabasa, Wapathka, Abahalam, Mala, Panyaham, Palawan, Waya, Wakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Bashwa, Waya, Bahalwa, Adyaai, Waya, Parwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Aiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahweh, Abadka, Aluwan, Al-Kal, Ratazah. In English, keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O
And
God.
hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still,
O God.
O God.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee, have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come, and let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation.
Let the name of Israel,
Let the name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
Maybe no more
For
remembered.
they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal, and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined
They have
with
hope
them.
in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They have become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a
And
red.
like Zaid.
And like Zaid.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes.
All their princes.
As Zabah.
As Zabah.
And as Zalmun.
As Zalmun.
Who said, let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
O my power.
O my power.
Make them like a web.
Make them like a web.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the
As the
wind.
fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the
As
wood.
the flame set the mountains on fire.
And as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them
With thy tempest.
with thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid
With thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with
That
shame.
they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled forever.
And troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou.
That thou.
Whose name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Of all the earth.
All right, shopping, we may be seated. All right, get the most high hand. All right, fill their faces with shame. All right. What does it say? It says, and make them afraid with thy storm. You see what's going on in Texas?
There's a lot going on in Texas.
Man.
You think that's by coincidence that Passover is there this year?
Clean them out.
People better, hey, listen. People think they God, all right? You know what I mean? People think they God. People think they God, all right? What do I mean by that? People real prideful. All right?
God.
People real prideful, man. But good look, man. The Most High is an expert at breaking pride. You understand what I'm saying? People prideful, be prideful all they want. The Most High, listen, the Most High is with the brothers in the truth. You get what I'm saying? With the brothers in the truth. But look, the Most High making moves, man. You see what I'm saying? The Most High making moves. There's no coincidence that, you know, we approaching Passover. You see what I'm saying? We're approaching Passover, so this is gonna be our first Passover.
God, this will be my first pass.
Come on, God.
Most High crazy, man. Most High crazy. Y'all gonna enjoy yourself, man, and witness, man. My first Passover, man. I'm like, yeah, this is the place to be. This is it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is it. I'm not leaving nowhere. You know. So. But today we're gonna be talking about Cain and Abel. right? Everybody know about Cain and Abel. We're gonna read it. What's going on, Malakia, man? What's going on, man? That brother, y'all watch that brother's Sabbath service. I watch his Sabbath service. I'll be like, okay, he did this. Oh, then he did this. Once you get behind here, you'll see. That brother's flawless execution with the order of how to do things. So big ups to that brother in Philly and all the UPK schools. You understand what I'm saying? But we talking about Cain and Abel today. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about Cain and Abel. When you hear Cain and Abel, you know, what you envision? What do you envision? Because there's so much you can take from Cain and Abel. There's so many things so many angles you can go at it. So many angles you can take from it, learn from it. Cain and Abel. Right? What can you take from it? Go ahead, not Zach.
So, like, sir, I'll say jealousy and envy.
Jealousy and envy. Okay.
I was gonna say being unbrotherly.
Being unbrotherly. Which being jealous and envious is unbrotherly. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna read about it. I see you had your Hebrew sword?
Come on, I got it.
Yeah, just so what y'all wanna do, you got yours, not Zach?
Come on.
So just practice along, reading along. I know it might look like, you know, like I don't know what it's saying. That's all right though. You just want to look at it. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what words to look out for. Look out for the Most High's name.
Come.
Is that the beginning of the first lie? I'm not too sure on that. With Cain and Abel, when I'm assuming this is asking when the Most High asked him, "Where is brother?" With I gotta get back to you on that one, sis, because I think Eve said something like that. I'm not sure, or
right.
The serpent. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that was the first lie. All right, so let's go. So in the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 4, we're gonna be reading first 7 verses. All right. Waha Adam Yadai Ath Hawa'a Ashtawa Ashatwa Wathahar Wathalad Ath Kwayan Wathamar Kwanayathya Ayash Ath Yahweh Wathasap La Ladath Ath Ach Yawa Ath Habal Wayahaya Habal Raya Taza'an Wakwayan Haya Ibad Adama Wayahaya Makwataza Yum Wayaba'a Kwayan Maparya Adama Manaka La Yahweh Wahabal Ha Baya'a Gum Hawa'a Maba Karawath Taza Anwa Wama Kala Ba'an Wayashai Yahweh all Habal Wa'al Manakathwa Wa'al Kwayan Wa'al Manakathwa La'a Shaya Wayakar La Kwayan Ma'ad Wayapalwa Panyawa Waya Amar Yahweh all Kwayan Lama Hara Laka Walama Napalwa, so like it, Panyaka, Kalawa'a, Daya Tayab, Sha'ath, La'a, Daya Tayab, La Pathak, Kata'ath, Rabataza, Yaka Thasha Wakwathwa Wa Atha Thama Shaw Boa. Alright, that's it on that. Alright, so let's go to Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. Let's read in the English Bible shot. Genesis chapter 4, verse 1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
Right. Adam knew Eve. This is after Adam and Eve, right? After the whole them being kicked out of the garden, being beguiled by the serpent, Eve going off, Adam going off, the Most High checking them, and them trying to hide themselves amongst the nations, the whole nine, right? And so later on, it says that Adam, or read it again.
Come. The book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
And Adam knew Eve, his wife. You see that? What that mean? Adam knew Eve, his wife. Isaac.
This text, is that referring to like them having sex?
Right. This is them. This is them. Knew, or he knew his wife. Meaning, you get my point?
Yeah.
That's biblical. That's like a biblical term, right? And he knew his wife. Keep reading.
Come. And she conceived and bare Cain.
And she conceived and bare Cain. Read on.
And said, I have gotten a man from the Lord.
Right.
And she again bore his brother Abel.
Right. So who's the elder of the two? Not that.
Cain.
Cain. Cain is the elder of the two. Right? Keep reading.
And Abel was a keeper of sheep.
Right. So read that part again. It said Cain was a what?
Slakia. You want me to start from the top?
Mm-hmm.
And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
Uh-huh.
And she conceived and bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord.
Right.
And she again bare his brother Abel.
Mm-hmm.
And Abel was a keeper of sheep. But Cain was a tiller of the ground.
So, you see that keeper of the sheep? He was a keeper of the sheep. And Cain was what?
Slakia. Was a tiller of the ground.
He was a tiller of the ground, farming. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was his thing, right? Keep reading.
And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto
Right,
the
so
Lord.
many years go by. You get what I'm saying? They probably, I can't really put a number on it. They don't say that was 20 or 30, right? But in the process of time, meaning years go by from them being babies to them growing up, right? What we need from their lives is what was documented, or recorded rather. It says, but Cain was a tiller of the ground, and in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground, go ahead.
Of the ground an offering unto the Lord.
A what?
An offering unto the Lord.
Right. Read on.
And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
Right? So, first of all, they're making offerings. That shows you that we knew how to serve the Most High back then.
Come.
You get what I'm saying? Why would they be making offerings? Peace offerings and things like that. You read Leviticus is what we did. But Cain, he brought of the fruit of the ground. You understand? But Abel, he brought the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And it says, and the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. Read verse 5.
But unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect.
But unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect. Why? Why did the Lord respect Abel's offering and not Cain's offering? There's so much you can gather from this. We're going to talk about it.
All right.
Let's keep reading.
And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell.
Cain was hot. Why? Because the Lord didn't respect Cain's offering. Right? Keep reading.
And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth?
Why are you angry? Read.
And why is thy countenance fallen?
And why is your countenance falling? Read.
Con. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
Right?
And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
So you hear that, right? Because he's the older brother, right? But the point is this. Cain is mad and upset that his offering was not respected by the Lord, but his little brother's offering was. Now Cain was a tiller of the ground. Abel, he kept the flock. So what Cain brought as an offering was vegetables, fruits and vegetables, cabbage, carrots. You know what I mean? It don't say that specifically, but I'm trying to paint a picture. He brought before the Lord apples, oranges, lettuce, things like that. Abel, he brought fresh lamb. You get what I'm saying? And the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And then the Lord didn't respect Cain's offering, but he respected Abel's. The reason why he didn't respect Abel's offering, or Cain's offering, is because it was not like Abel's. What was the difference? I'm trying to pose it as a question. What was the difference between Abel's offering and Cain's offering?
Was it because Abel's, like, he put more effort into his offerings? Is that why?
That's true. That's true. Good point. Go ahead, Nadzak.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like Cain's didn't put he didn't give the best of what he had. He just gave whatever he could.
Right. So I mean, he didn't put that much thought into it, right? Basically, don't offer no damn fruits and vegetables to the Lord. You get what I'm saying? Like hand a black man. You got a barbecue, everybody eating chicken and beef ribs and oxtails, and you know what I mean? And someone hand you a salad. I don't want this. You get what I'm saying? Most I ain't want that, right? Most I want the firstlings of the flock. You read Leviticus, that's what it's about. Most I let you know that aroma, I want that. Even the aroma of the offerings please the Most High. You know what I'm saying? When you cooking, right? You smell that, you like, whoo, watching you at Passover. You're gonna smell it in the air, right? You're gonna, whoo-wee. I'm telling you right now. And that pleases, that's like a, wow, that smells good. Versus, romaine lettuce. You get what I mean? It's not the same. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but as far as offerings go, it's a no-go. But my point is this. We got to understand the mindset of Cain at this point. These first 7 verses before we continue on. He is wroth and his countenance fell. You see what I'm saying? He's angry and his shoulders are heavy. He's walking around vexed. Like, damn, man, why his offering get respected and not mine? You see? But he didn't put much thought into what he offered. You can take that into your life today. You get what I'm saying? But we're going to continue and read verse 7 where it says, if thou doest well, this is what the Lord asked Cain. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? Showing you he didn't do well. You get what I mean? And also telling you, if you do well, you can be accepted. If you don't do well, you won't be accepted. You see what I'm saying? That's very important to know. So in today's society, with all the evil in the world going on, you should definitely focus on offering the firstlings of your flock. You get what I'm saying? Figuratively. We don't kill animals and to make remission of sins or anything like that. But figuratively, you get my point. So now that we know the first 7 verses, we're gonna read the next 7 verses and get a little bit deeper into this account in Genesis 4 and 8. Right, I'm gonna read it in Hebrew to verse 14, and then go from there. Right? So Waya Amar, Kwayan, Al, Habal, Ach Yawa, Waya Haya, Bahara, Watham, Bashada, Waya Kwam, Kwayan, Al, Habal, Ach Yawa, Waya Har Gawa, Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Kwayan, Ayah, Habal, Ach Yaka, Waya Amar, La'a, Ya Daith, Ya, Hashamar, Achya, Anakya, Waya Amar, Ma, Aishayath, Koyal, Damya, Akyaka, Taza, Iquam, Koyam, Alya, Mun, Ha'a, Dama, Wa'ai, Tha, Arawar, Atha, Mun, Ha'adama, Ashar, Pa, Zatha, Ath, Paya, Laquach, Kath, Ak, it's like Ath, Damya, Ak, Yaka, Maya, it's like Mayadka, Kaya, Tha'ibad, Ath, Hadama, La'a, Thasap, Thath, Kaka, Laka, Nai, Wanad, Thahaya, Barataza. Waya Amar, Kwayan, All, Yahweh, God Wall, I, Wanya, Manasha'ah, Hazah, Gara, Shath, Athya, Hayawam, Ma'il, Panya, Ha'adama, Waya Panyaka, Asathar, Waya Yathya, Nai, Wanad, Baratazad, Wahaya, Call, Mataza'ah, Yaraganya. All right, let's go pick it up at 8, all right?
Oh, God. The book of Genesis chapter 4, verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother.
Right, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother. So it came after their offerings, after Cain was denied, and Abel's offering was accepted, right?
And it came to pass, when they were in the field,
right,
that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother.
Right, so they talking, they going through the field or what have you, right? And a lot of illustrations, they'll show, like, they just talking, Cain just talking to him. But at this point, Cain knows what he's going to do. You understand? Now listen, understand the dynamic of what's going on here. It's wrong to murder, period. You understand? It's wrong to murder, period. But here's the thing. God damn, Cain, this your brother. This your brother. Right? There's something at the end of this that's going to bring it all together.
Right.
This is your brother. And he's walking with him, talking to him, shooting the, you know what?
Yeah.
Man, you saw this? Yeah, man. What? He just talking to him, knowing in his mind, I'm going to kill this nigga. I'm going to kill him. Really murder. There's a difference. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to murder him. in his mind as he's gonna murder him. Right? Probably walked him off far from Adam and Eve. You understand what I'm saying? Right?
Come.
Read. We'll read it from the top.
Come. The book of Genesis chapter 4 verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
He did what?
And slew him.
He slew him. Ain't no telling how. He could have picked up a rock while Abel wasn't looking and hit him across the head. He could have stabbed him. Whatever he did, the point is, he murdered him. You go with the brother after this. He murdered him. You see, in cold blood. And when you read verse 9, it says, and the Lord said unto Cain, right? This has to be some time afterward. This has to be some time afterward, not exactly after he murdered Cain. Or it's like murdered Abel. You see? Cain murdering Abel. Right? It says, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, Shalom says, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? You see that? You see, the Lord asked Cain, where is your brother? And Abel said, or it's like Cain said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Like in the UPK, we don't say that. We don't say I'm my brother's keeper. We don't say that. You gotta look at the context of why he's saying this. Why is he saying this right? And what spirit is Cain in right here? What spirit is he in? Go ahead.
The spirit of Esau.
Okay, yeah.
He's in he's in more so like like I'm trying to keep this hidden, like how can I say? He's in a deceitful spirit. Like he's trying to make it seem as if he has absolutely no clue what happened with Abel, but hey, like, well, why you asking me? Like
being very arrogant, right?
Right.
I know not. I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Read verse 10.
Come on. Verse 10. And he said,
what the Lord say?
What hast thou done?
What did you do? Go ahead.
The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
Right. Now get the Christianity out of your mind. Right? Why did I say that?
Because I'll take it literal.
Yeah, his blood is not really crying. It's what? You get what I'm saying? Or yelling. Right? That's what they have you imagine when you watch biblical movies, which are far from biblical.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But what does it mean that his blood crieth unto me from the ground? Go ahead.
Does it mean like his blood was spilled? Like his blood was spilled.
Yeah, he knows he's dead.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and he was an innocent brother. He didn't do nothing wrong. You get what I mean? He was a righteous brother. And you murdered him. Right? Read.
Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And now art thou cursed from the earth.
Right.
Which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
Mm-hmm.
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Right, because remember, Cain is a tiller of the ground. Right? And he says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. Meaning what? All the plenteous, amazing crops she was getting, that's done. That's what he's telling Cain. You get what I mean? Right?
Okay.
And then he said, a fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. That's what happened to Cain. Because he murdered his brother, the Lord made Cain a fugitive and a vagabond. Right? Read on.
Okay.
13.
Henceforth, oh, Salaki. And a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
Y'all look up vagabond. One look up vagabond and one look up fugitive. It's very important. Right? Cain at this point is what? Did he deny that he murdered his brother? No. He tried to ignore it. But he was very arrogant. Now, he's guilty. Why? Because he said, my punishment is greater than I can bear. He acknowledges what he did was wrong. You get what I'm saying? Because the Lord checked him. Go ahead.
What's the scriptures you know?
Oh, we had Genesis 4.
Oh.
We had Genesis 4 and 13 now. But we read 1 through, we're reading 1 through 15, really. Kind of. Right? Who got fugitive?
I have fugitive, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the definition of fugitive in the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Running away or intending flight, moving from place to place.
Right. Fugitive, moving from place to place. Right. Meaning he wouldn't have a place to, he had no place to call home. You get what I'm saying? He had no place to call home. Sound familiar? Right? Give me vagabond.
The definition of vagabond, a person who wanders from place to place without a fixed home. One leading a vagabond life, especially vagrant, tramp.
You see that? So what that tell you about Cain?
He was just on the move, but didn't really.
Yeah.
He didn't have no.
He
place
have
to
no
really
steady
go.
place to
He
go.
was wandering.
Sound familiar?
Calm.
Right? I'll bring it home towards the end of class. But we got to understand that. Right? Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Right?
And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
Right. What was that mark?
Him being red.
Leprosy.
Yeah.
Leprosy. Remember, everybody had hue in them. You know what I'm saying? Hue, like color, right? He was set with a mark was set on Cain, right? The Lord didn't want no one to kill Cain, right? Because he wanted Cain to live with the, what's the word I'm looking for?
Guilt.
The guilt, the shame of what he did. You understand what I'm saying?
Calm.
And that, like, to understand where I'm coming from, right? Go to 1 John 3 and 12. Go to 1 John 3 and 12, right? We know that Cain killed Abel, murdered Abel, rather. Read 1 John 3 and 12.
Calm. The book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 12. Not as Cain.
Not as who?
Not as Cain.
Not as Cain.
Who was...
No, read 11.
Calm. Verse 11. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning.
From the where?
From the beginning.
Genesis?
The beginning.
Right? Read.
That we should love one another.
That we should love one another. Right? Read.
Verse 12. Not as Cain.
Not as who?
Not as Cain.
We should love one another. Not as Cain. Read on.
Who was of that wicked one.
Who was of who?
who was of that wicked
And he
one,
had a wicked spirit on him. He had Satan on him. You understand? Read on.
and slew his brother.
And slew his brother.
Keep reading.
Mm-hmm.
And wherefore slew he him?
And why did he slay Abel?
Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous.
You hear that?
Come.
Bring it home. What does this mean?
Salaki, as far
And why did he slay him? Because his own works were evil?
Oh, it's like he kind of going back to what Natazak said in the beginning of the class, that he was envious or jealous because he knew that he wasn't giving it his all. Sorry for my choice of language, but he was like half-assing it.
Mm-hmm.
But Abel, his younger brother, he was putting in an honest effort. He was genuine, and he was jealous because the Lord recognized Abel and his works, but not his. So he was, like you said, like he had that demon on him. Like, oh,
There was a demon on him.
yeah, I'm jealous of you and what you're doing. Cause
What could he have done?
So like, if I may, he could have learned from Abel.
Right.
He could have learned from him. Like, hey,
But-
what you know?
Yeah, but I'm the big brother. That was his mine. You get what I'm saying? I'm the older brother. How the hell how dare the Lord not accept my offer? You get what I'm saying? But keep reading now.
Khan. Verse 13. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you.
Don't be surprised when the world hates you. You get what I'm saying? Don't be surprised when the Lord or when the Lord show you people's true colors. You see? Keep reading.
Verse 14. We know that we have passed from death unto life.
We pass from death unto life. Read on.
Because we love the brethren.
Because we what?
Because we love the brethren.
Because we love the brethren, we pass from death to life. What does that mean? Go ahead.
We were alive, but we weren't. I'm make sure I'm saying this right. Like we were living, but we weren't like alive. Like we were dead inside.
Yeah, but why were you dead inside?
Because we were in darkness. We didn't find the light. We weren't finding like the ways that the Lord put out for us.
That's
We
true.
was in the world.
That's true. Go ahead, now, Zach.
Because the Spirit of the Lord is in brotherhood, and the Spirit of the Lord gives you life.
Okay, that's true.
I like to say because of we keep the commandments, and the Most High said, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. And if we love him, we know we love our brethren too, and our sisters.
Okay, y'all gave excellent answers, right? I'm gonna bring it to get what is that? Matthew 23, right? On what hangs all the law? Right? Matthew 23 and no, not 23. Is it 21 and 33? No, it's not that one. Bear with me. What is that? Matthew. I don't want to look up on my phone, man. Dang. Hold on. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
I can't think of the precept right now.
I always get it mixed up. Matthew 22 and 40. Dang it. Get Matthew 22 and
22 and 40.
36.
30.
You gotta really pay attention to what Christ is saying.
Come on.
Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Right. So one came up to Christ who was studied in the law, he knew the law, and he asked Christ, what is the greatest commandment in the law? Like, what's the commandment you should supposed to fear them all, but what's the commandment? Right? And Christ said this. Go ahead.
Verse 37. Yahweh said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
Some of your heart?
All thy heart.
How much of your heart?
All thy heart.
You hear that, right? Go ahead.
And with all thy soul.
With all thy soul.
And with all thy mind.
And with all thy mind. Go ahead.
This is the first and great commandment.
This is the first and great commandment. Keep reading.
Come. And the second is like unto it.
And the second is like unto it. Read on.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Read on.
One of these two.
Read it again.
On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Read it again.
On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
One more time.
On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
On what two commandments? Loving the Most High with all your heart, soul, and mind. All of it. You see? And loving thy neighbor as thyself. Right? So let's analyze this. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. What does that mean? What did Cain fail to realize or apply to his life?
I was going to say, well, for one, he didn't love thy neighbor as thyself because he slew his brother. So obviously he didn't love him.
He didn't love him.
And then I would also say, when it says, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and all thy mind, he definitely didn't do that. Even before, before he slew Abel, you could tell from his works that he didn't give it his all.
Right. So, right. What about you, Nazar?
You said before so I did.
What did Cain apply?
He applied that he wasn't a brother. Like he didn't have brotherhood in him. Like he didn't just slay his own brother as far as the flesh, but like, you know what I mean? Like, how can I say? Cain was on something. Like, I don't know, like he killed his little brother in the act of just not being favorable.
Right, because in 1 John it says, wherefore he slew him? Because his works were wicked?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, Abel didn't do nothing to him. But this is the point, right? You love your brother. You get what I'm saying? Like, we brothers in here.
Right.
Right? Do we have the same mom and dad? No. Right? But, I mean, we got the same fathers. You know what I'm saying? We do come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That is very true. We are blood. Literally. You
Right.
see? But he said, Christ said, on these two commandments, hang all the law and the prophets. What does that mean? Loving the Most High with all your heart, soul, and mind. Like, listen, apply this to your everyday life.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? If you remember to love the Lord your power with all your heart, soul, and mind, you don't have any room to worship Buddha. You see? You don't have any room to be Muslim. Because you love the Lord with all your heart, soul, and mind. That encompasses, those commandments are umbrellaed under loving the Most High with your heart, soul, and mind. You see? You're not going to serve other gods. You're not going to blaspheme his name. You're not going to forget his holy days. Right? What else?
You already said brotherhood?
No, I didn't get there yet. I'm serving the Lord with all your heart, soul, and mind.
So,
Hold on.
Right?
you're not gonna go against his dietary laws.
You're not going to go against his dietary laws, right? Now, the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. First of all, loving your neighbor as yourself. What does that mean? The problem in the Black and Hispanic Native Indian community, we don't love ourselves. And I'm not talking about loving yourself. You get my point? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about having a sense of, morale. You get what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want anyone to sleep with my wife so why would I sleep with someone's wife? You understand? Go ahead.
Slakia, sir, if I may, had a precept for that, if I may. John chapter 15, verse 12.
Go ahead.
The book of John chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
Right.
It goes all the way to 14, if I may.
Go ahead.
Greater love hath no man than this, than a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. So, if I may, what I got from this is love is an action. So
love is an act. How do we know that?
Because if you love the Most High, you're gonna keep His law, statutes, and commandments.
Okay, let's analyze that. You're gonna break what you just read down.
Come.
But let's go to 1 John 3:18. You said love is an action.
Come.
So we gotta show when we ask somebody or tell somebody rather, love is an action. They're like, what do you mean? Because they don't know that. They think love is I love you. You get what I'm saying? That's not love. Love is an action. You see?
You said 1 John.
1 John 3:18.
Right, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word.
Let us not what?
Let us not love in word.
I love you, Itazam. Man, I'll do anything for you, Itazam. Read.
Neither in tongue.
Neither in tongue. This. That's Israel. Israel talk a good one. Remember in Isaiah it says that Israel loved the Lord with their mouth, but their mind is far from him. Israel talk a good one, boy. I got you, man. I'm down with you, man. Right? But when the going get tough, they get going. Go ahead.
Come. But indeed in truth.
But in what?
But indeed in truth.
But indeed and in truth. Deed meaning?
Yeah.
Action. You see? But it was going on, Swap. Lord Christ. But in deed and in truth. So to your point, you're absolutely correct. Love is not what you say, it's what you do.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go back to where you was at.
You just want me to start from?
Yeah, wherever you was at.
Come. Okay. The book of John chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Right.
Ye are my friends. If ye do whatsoever.
If you what?
If ye do.
If you say.
If ye do.
If you what?
If ye do.
You hear that, right? Get James 1:22, not to that. If you what?
If ye do.
2 more times.
If ye do.
I'm just saying. That's what it said. Right?
Come.
Read that.
Ye are my friends, if ye do
whatsoever I command you.
Hold that right there. James 1:22. Right? Brotherhood is not what you say. Right? It's what you do. Because what did Cain do? Oh, you know. Go ahead. Swap.
He killed his brother,
He
sir.
killed him. That's what he did. You see? Go ahead, read that.
Come on. The book of James, chapter 1, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
But be ye doers of the word.
Be what?
Be ye doers.
Sayers.
Be ye doers.
Speak abouters.
Be ye doers.
I made that up.
Be ye doers.
Right? Be ye doers of what?
Of the word.
Of the word. That's all I need on that.
Okay.
Action. We're about action in here. You see? Not just about talking. Like, for example, you talk to a woman, right? In the world, what'd you do? Game was amazing. Your game was, top of the line. You thought you had the best pickup lines, right? But you was lying.
That's right.
You was lying. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You was lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got, you know what you're talking about. You're just trying to get in there. Don't live like that. Now it's, you can be smooth, you can be a smooth cat, smooth operator, or whatever. But be honest. You know what I mean? Like your actions is gonna show, which should show a genuine sister how you really are. Not what you say. A sister shouldn't fall for the okie doke and the truth. It should be how the brother conducts himself, not what he's saying. You get what I mean?
Come.
Keep going. And John?
Oh, and John. Oh, Slocky.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to read verse 15?
Yeah, where are you at?
Slocky. That's
That was it on that?
that was
Okay.
it for
What
verse
was your mind frame of mind bringing that up?
So the way it was broken down to me, and from what I understood, was going back to what we were talking about. Love is an action,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't sit here and say that you love the Most High without keeping the commandments.
Right?
You just can't, because that is an action. So
That is a what?
that is an action.
That is an action.
And if I may, Christians, they say they love, the Most High and this, that, and third,
Mhm.
but they don't keep all the law, statutes, and commandments.
Mhm.
And also that you keep all the law, statutes, and commandments,
Mhm.
not some.
Some of
You
them.
don't pick and choose.
You can't pick and choose. Get Luke 6:46. Luke 6:46. Watch this. Right? You can't just say you love your brother. I want you to bring it all to your brother, your sister, the brotherhood and sisterhood. You see? It's not about talking.
46.
6:46. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Swap.
Luke chapter 6, verse 46.
Read.
And why call ye me Lord, Lord?
Why you call me Lord, Lord, and
Do not.
And what?
Do not.
and what?
Do not.
And do not
The things which I say.
the things that I say. You hear that?
Come.
What are you supposed to do? Oh man, you following me?
Yes,
Come.
sir.
I know sometimes I'll be like, I feel like I'll be making sense sometimes.
No, we with you.
What is he saying right there? Go ahead, Swat.
To do the laws, if you love, to do the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Why would you show someone this scripture?
Because a lot of people say that they love God and they don't follow what He says.
And they don't do what he says, right?
That's right.
They don't do what he says. They say they do, but they don't do it. You don't live that way. You do it. Don't be a hearer of the word only. Be a doer.
That's right.
You see? And when you do, how are you supposed to do it? Oh man, I'm going in my bag right now. Hold on. How are you supposed to do it?
sir, with all thine heart.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like how you
I
said.
was thinking that same scripture.
Yeah, I was thinking it's
Where's it at?
Man,
We just read it. It was
We ain't read that one yet.
with all that heart and soul. It's
Is it Matthew 22 and 26?
can I paraphrase?
Get Colossians 3 and 23. Hey, listen.
3 and 23.
Oh man, boy.
3 and 23.
Colossians 3 and 23. Watch this now. This is what Cain go. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 23.
Go ahead.
And whatsoever ye do,
And whatsoever ye what?
do.
Say.
Do.
Talk about.
Do.
Whatsoever ye do.
Do it heartily.
Do it what?
Heartily.
Do it what?
Heartily.
Do it heartily.
As to the Lord.
As to the Lord. Did Cain do that? No. He didn't. Right? But you know who did? Abel. And guess what? He was murdered for it. You understand?
Come.
Now, who is Cain in your life? Who is Cain in your life? That spirit. Because they're evil. They are of that wicked one. They want to celebrate Christmas, Halloween, and you know what I mean? So they're gonna slay you. How are they gonna slay you? You're in a cult. You're crazy. You changed. You're not the same. Right? Mm-hmm. That's what they say. Mm-hmm. And why? Why do they say that? Because you serve God and they don't. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
like, you offered the firstlings of your flock, they didn't. So now they're looking at you like, why is he clean off drugs? I don't like that. I'm gonna, like, you think about that? Mm-hmm. Like, people have a problem with you because you don't want to get high.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but I don't get it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, your friends in the world ain't gonna be your friends for that long. I'm trying to tell you, right? Because these are the men, like for brothers, right? Y'all used to get at females together, right? Used to get at females, go to functions, go to parties, talk to women, right? And he'd be like, man, hey, old girl, want to talk to you. She got a dude, right? At the time, you didn't care. But in the truth, if he comes to you, hey, she got a man, whatever, but she trying to get with you. No. He like, what? Oh, man, you're a square.
Man.
You're a square. What you talking about? I'm a square, or I'm what's the word they use, man? A mark. Good night. I'm a mark because I respect the fact that a woman has a man. Like, that's 2021. That's this day and age where people don't respect marriages. People don't respect bonds, friendships, right? People don't respect righteousness. They don't. People don't respect doing right. You get my point?
Come.
People, think about, really hear what I'm saying. People don't respect doing right. No, right isn't righteous. You see? I'm just saying. You're supposed to do the right thing. What is the right thing? Loving the Most High with all your heart, soul, and mind. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Because if you do those things, if you love your neighbor as yourself, you're not going to commit adultery. You're not going to steal. You're not going to covet. You're not going to lie. Because you love your neighbor as yourself. You wouldn't want nobody doing that to yourself. So you're not going to dish that out. Right?
Come.
That's why here, like, I'm not going to talk to you crazy. Because don't talk to me crazy.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to have you do something I wouldn't do. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't tell you to do something I wouldn't do because I wouldn't want nobody telling me that. You see? right? Like brothers do an excellent job getting the wine, getting the bread. I was that brother. Ask Regalia. Hey, I need you to. Yeah, I've been there. It's a beautiful thing to go, because guess what? In the future, there's gonna be other brothers teaching this class, and y'all gonna be like, hey, there's gonna be 3 more brothers in here. Hey, I need you to get the bread, you to get the incense, that's your duties. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna repeat. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Swat.
I just think about what you saying like when we was in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't trip on talking to other men's women, you know what I'm saying, a woman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You want to say on that. Like my uncle always taught me, you never even stop at a man's house if you don't see his car there or no signs, and you should actually call first. You know what I'm saying? You never put yourself in that position. But I was talking to this young dude, you know what I'm saying? He's telling me, like, in this day and age, he's like younger than me. He's like, man, these days you gotta expect your woman to cheat. If she go and sleep with 2, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way it go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, that's a weak ass mindset. I'm like, man, I don't want it. I'm like, that's why I gotta pump the brakes as much as you want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can slam the brakes on some action like that, because I ain't never heard nothing stupid like that before in my life. But just how off that is, man, it's crazy to me, you know?
Right.
From the way I came up. But yeah.
No, that's real talk, man. Like, it's wrong to live right in America. Right? Like, people have a problem with you saying, okay, I'll put it to you like this. Get Isaiah 5:20. Perfect preset. You'll see what I'm saying when we read it. This is where we live in now.
You said 5:20?
5:20. Go ahead, Isaiah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good.
Destruction to them that call evil good.
And good evil.
And good evil.
That put darkness for light.
That put darkness for light.
And light for darkness.
And put light for darkness. So if the Lord is saying destruction to them that call evil good and call good evil, that means that there are people calling evil good and good evil, right? So what is that? Go ahead.
That's a warning for the people who follow the world and don't follow the truth.
It is. But what are they calling evil that's good? And what is good? You get my point?
Oh, slap.
What is that?
Are you asking for like examples?
Yeah,
Today?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, kind of going.
Not adultery. We went over that one.
Okay.
I'm sick of that.
Salakia. Okay. Salakia. So, okay, I've been in Esau's military for a while, so there's a lot of things in there that they call like acceptable or good, like getting tattoos. Like that's a part of like military culture. You get tattoos.
You can.
Like you can't like they. I want to say it's heavily persuaded for you to get tattoos.
Okay, wait. I've never been in the military.
Oh, I gotta tell you.
So you can get tattoos.
Con.
But you can't have braids.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Or for example, so specifically Navy. I'll talk
The
specifically
Navy? What's the difference? I don't know. So the Army, Navy, Marines, right?
Con, it's all Esau's military, but
Okay.
Navy. So I'll speak more from that experience. So in the Navy, have you ever heard the term like drink like a sailor or whatever?
Yeah.
So that's like very heavy in Navy culture. Like you drink. When I first joined, I was like 19, and they pretty much like throw the alcohol at you. Like, hey, you're drunk, but you get like drunk, like you're belligerently drunk, like all that stuff. But it's wrong for you to have a beard because it looks unprofessional.
That's what I'm talking about. Like. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, I have to bring this up. I feel like I bring it up too much. But like in today's society, a man can't have 2 wives. They'll stone you with their mouth. What the hell, boopy boop? But their best friend is a transgender.
Man.
Yeah.
You ain't saying nothing. There's nothing wrong with a grown man dressing like a woman. There was a picture. I don't know how real it was or whatever. I think it was real. Of this, I mean, this dude looked like I think it was a female basketball team, and there was a transgender dude amongst them on the team.
I think I just seen it.
Listen, it was like young women and goddamn Triple H dressed up as a female basketball player and balling. Can you imagine that? You talk about Joanna, man, like this dude was huge. I mean, he all over like nothing. You know what I mean? Like what? That's the society we live in.
I seen that. I seen that.
You know what I'm talking about?
God,
In the blue,
I just seen that.
right?
God.
Grown man, but supposed to be respected as a woman. Even in the what is that? The mixed martial arts world.
Wow.
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, Slocky.
Go ahead.
Slocky, I was gonna say wrestling.
Wrestling?
They do that like heavy now. I think it's been happening for years. It was some woman, it's a dude, but he's like, or she, it, whatever you want to call it.
That's the point. Though.
Like
That's the point.
He's the.
What the hell do you call it?
I think he was like, it was a while ago. I don't remember the full story. But anyway, he was like the champion of whatever state or whatever. But it was a transgender performing in women's wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's like, you've seen it.
Go ahead, Sawat.
And that's the same. They let this dude fight women
Okay, there's different ones. There's a dude. There's a guy. Even saying it, like my brain is like, nigga, just say it. I'm trying to. It's sometimes hard. I'm like trying to. There's a guy who wants to be a woman that fights in the women's.
Wow.
Like MMA.
God.
And
UFC.
God.
and whooping. Listen, I mean,
Wow.
who?
Yeah.
I mean, knocking them out.
If somebody need to kill his ass.
Hey,
man,
a man posing as a woman. Like even in track and field, you got grown men running alongside women and dusting them. It's like not even fair.
That's right, man.
Because you know, genetically or however you want to put it, like men, I mean, you know, they be stronger than women.
That's cool. That's
You know what I'm saying? Faster than women, right? That's why you have women's division,
Yeah.
men's division. It's separate, but they're bringing them. They coming together. This is like I can't win in the men, so I'm gonna dress up like Tina. I'm gonna be Tina for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna have gold medals, sodomite medals.
Yeah, man.
You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
But my point in saying that, or like people have something wrong, or people have something to say when you're against abortion. You get what I mean? Like people, you got those people that in the world today, right? That have a problem with you speaking up against murdering babies. You get what I'm saying? That's what abortion is.
That's right.
Abortion is murder. There's no getting around that. That's a fact. Why do I know? If a burglar or someone shot a pregnant woman, you know what that is? A double homicide.
That's right.
A what? A double homicide. But if she take her funky behind into the abortion clinic and they it's like it. The process is demonic.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking about it is just, you know, it angers me. And that's going on right now. Right? Go ahead, sis.
A lot of women that have abortions, the guy who's the father, they don't even know they
Right.
have an abortion. They don't
Right.
even know they're the father, you know, and they be really hurt and stuff.
Yes.
Find out. You know, like, why did you kill the baby?
Right.
He wasn't gonna be with me. It's all
Mhm.
about him having another woman. Because she
Damn.
want them right there for herself and forget, this kingdom, which they don't know about. The kingdom that we trying to build, that's why we can have more than one wife. We building the kingdom.
Right.
It ain't about who can have more wives.
Right.
But who.
Absolutely.
We're trying to build a kingdom.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that because, you got children and different, women around your children or wives or whatever. Like that's empowering. You know what I mean? Like for the man, for the sons and the daughters, because you're teaching the daughters not to be selfish. You know what I mean? Like to be, oh, this is my man, and that one song, don't mess with my man, and because I'm gonna bring it to you. Right? That was the anthem for sisters back in the day, right? But it's like that spirit is deeper than this is my man. Like you're a selfish individual. You know what I'm saying? Self-centered. That's a spirit we gotta break. Because look, one at the slave, one help, or at the slave and watching kids and laundry, like between 3 people, that's nothing. You get what I mean? 3 or 4 people, that's nothing. When I say 3 or 4 people, I'm talking about one man dynamic.
Most women be like, I always gotta do everything. I gotta cook, I gotta clean, I
Right.
gotta watch the kids, gotta watch. If you stop being so selfish and let that other sister come in,
Right.
you want to do half the stuff.
That's right. I gotta do everything. She gonna complain about it. I do everything. I go to work. I come home. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You wouldn't have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you weren't so selfish. But no, that's an excellent point. But I'm saying that to say that's frowned upon in the society because they call evil good and good evil. You know what I mean? Abortions is legal. Abortion is something legal. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't go to jail for having an abortion. You understand? But you will go to jail, or it's like, not that you will go to jail. You will be, okay. You will be looked at a certain way if you holding 2 hands out. You get what I'm saying? They gonna frown. I know. I don't give a damn either. But I'm saying they gonna like. But let Joe and Schmo hold hands, no problem. Flames. You know what I mean by flames, right? I don't know if that's just flamer. Y'all say that out there?
Yeah.
Flamer. You gotta be discreet what you say on YouTube because they get the flagging. But flamers, you like, right? I remember my dad told me one time, right? He was like, I was like 12. I didn't even know what the hell he was talking about. He was like, man, I'm at the mall. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, I look at a woman, like a woman walked by me, and I looked at her, and then I saw these people from the side look at me like with disgust, like I couldn't look at her. I'm like, I didn't understand what he was saying at the time, but basically what he's saying is like you can't look at a woman. People will look at you for looking at a woman like, you're a demon. Mm-hmm. But 2 men walk by holding hands, and with a shirt that says, gay rights. LGBT, he's respected. You respect that. You know what I mean? Like, well, I'm not supposed to look at women. You want me to hold hands with a man? How you supposed to get a woman?
Man, what's up?
I'm just supposed to. That don't make no damn sense, right? Not at another man's woman, of course. That goes without saying. I hope you understand that. But my point is, when it comes to the brotherhood and the sisterhood, loving your neighbor as yourself hangs all the law. Loving the Lord and loving your neighbor as yourself hangs all the law. You see? You won't. Listen, when you sleep with your brother's wife, you're murdering your brother. You understand? What do I mean by that?
Slaggy, if I may, sir.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to say, like, yes, like you are murdering your brother, but like you're destroying, like you're not even just destroying him, like you're destroying that sister.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
destroying, like if they got kids,
The household.
that's even, like you're just destroying an entire household because it's like a, what do they call it, like a trickle effect? I don't know if that's the right word. But
Yeah.
or what was it, like butterfly? Yeah, butterfly effect. That's what they call it, butterfly effect. Because then you do that, then I mean he gonna find out first of all. It's gonna happen.
And, I'm glad. I'm gonna let you continue.
Oh, sorry.
And everything comes to light. Like you do that, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. You ever watch Cheaters?
Man.
Remember Cheaters back in the day? You stayed home from school, it was his own. Right? It was his own. Bro, with the why you stay home? I'm just playing.
It still come on. It's probably on right now because it's come on Saturday.
Right, because it's a lot of cheating going on.
Yeah.
She'd be like, oh my God, what are you doing here? No, what are you doing here?
Man.
You see, I remember one episode, man, where the dude would get up and go to work and he had suspicion that someone was coming over because he was noticing things around the house, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he put a camera like right in front of his bed.
Man.
When she wasn't there, and so it was continually running, and then he went to work, and some dude came in, got in his bed, and he caught it all on camera. Like, imagine what was going on in that man's mind. Like, what? Turn it off. Like, I cannot believe this right now. You know, like, but and she'll and you know when he confronts her, what she's gonna say? It's your fault.
He never was here. He never spent any time.
You didn't spend no time with me.
Oh man.
I wasn't happy. What? Like, what are you talking about? How you just gonna, sweep under the rug? Like, there should be nothing you should be saying except, goddamn, I'm caught red-handed. Ain't no, I wasn't this, I wasn't. There's no justification for that, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to justify what they're doing wrong. Whenever someone is caught doing something wrong, and they're trying to justify what they don't believe what they're doing is wrong. I'm not lying to you. A woman cheats on you, a woman commits adultery on you, and I was hurt. I did it because of this and this and that. She doesn't believe she's wrong. Right? What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that, sis? She doesn't believe she's wrong. If she's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she don't believe she's wrong, and she can always find an excuse for the reason why she did it. Remember when you did this to me, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
She don't believe that she's wrong because that's what she want to do anyway.
Goddamn. Get us his hand. Listen, she said she don't believe she's wrong because that's what she want to do anyway. That's what everything, right? People go get abortions. Women go get abortions. They don't believe that they wrong. And guess what? They're going to do it anyway. That's what they're going to do. Right? All right. That's what sisters say. You don't trust me? Right? Like, what are you talking about? Look, you live in an evil world. And that's why Christ said in Matthew 24:13, he that shall endure unto the end shall be saved. The same shall be saved. Because we got to endure all of this.
That's right.
We got to endure what they put on the TV, the subliminal message. It ain't even subliminal no more. It's blatant.
That's right.
It's in your face. Subliminal messages was like the 90s. You know what I mean? You rewind Bone Thugs backwards. It's some demonic message or something. Then it's just, they gotta worship Satan. Like, wait, what? What the hell? Like at the concerts, they got big pentagrams and just demonic vibrations and stuff. I'm no conspiracy theorist, but what's in my face is in my face. You get what I'm saying? Like this one dude got a pink diamond, Lil Uzi, in his forehead. I think to myself, like, what the hell is he thinking? Like, I want to know what he's really thinking. He's not thinking, man. He's on drugs.
Yeah.
That's not normal. Who does that?
And the women who put those things like that make the dimples.
Oh.
That's where it makes dimples. In
Right.
their cheeks when they put those earrings, those studs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's so they're doing that for the dimples.
Yeah, it makes them
Look.
have dimples, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, listen,
I
man.
just learned something new.
This society we live in. We live in a society where the spirit of Cain is glorified.
No shame.
You get what I'm saying? Cain, am I my brother's keeper? I'm happy. Or I wasn't happy. Remember that one time and it hasn't been working out. It all boils down to this, you fearing God and they're not fearing God. Like, we fear something we cannot see. Do you understand? We cannot see the Most High. Can you? No, you can't. You can't see Christ and the angels. You can't see them physically. You can't. So they think in their mind, you're nuts. You're in a cult. You're insane. You're a bad father. You're a bad husband because we can't erect a Christmas tree in our house because of your invisible beliefs. You see? Because we don't smoke weed together anymore. Right? You and your girl used to get high together. Now she don't want to be with you no more. She's going to cheat on you with someone that does smoke weed. So what should I tell you about yourself? What should I tell you about the brother that stopped smoking weed? If your woman leaves you for someone who does smoke weed,
It's like, I just want to say that means she never really loved you.
nah, she didn't love you. But what else?
She loved
She loved the weed.
weed.
She loved weed.
She loved weed.
She loved weed. That's true. I wasn't even looking for that, but that's deep. She loved weed, right? But more importantly, not only does she love weed, she didn't want you to serve God. You get what I'm saying? Because had you smoked weed, you're not serving the Lord. And then everything's fine then. Everything's fine when you're getting high and going to parties.
That's right.
And being a drunk idiot, stumbling everywhere. You see? And reckless. Right?
Come.
But when you decide to not do those things, when you decide to respect brothers and sisters, when you decide to study the Bible, now they don't want to be with you, or they don't want to be friends with you, or they look at you like you're crazy, embrace it. You're doing something right, You feel what I'm saying? You're doing something right. Real talk. You're doing something right. And sometimes the pressure of it, Satan will attack you and attack you and attack you. But just deal with it, Fight back. You know what I mean? Like one of the things I said, man, when I first came to the truth, I forget who told me, or I forget how I came about. It was like, man, my family really told me, they was like, man, you changed. I was like, yeah, and you didn't. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm supposed to stay a drug addict? You want me to stay an alcoholic? You want to see me die? That's what you want? You want me to die with you? I want to live.
That's right.
I don't want to smoke cigarettes.
That's right.
I don't want to smoke Swisher Sweets. Golly. You know what I mean? Like, cut that out.
Man.
That smell, someone smoking that around the corner, I can smell it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whew. Swisher Sweets, boy, that's like, That's different. I don't know what brothers be thinking smoking at all, but smoking Swisher Sweets, bruh. Right? All of that, man. You gotta think about all of those things. You gotta love your neighbor as yourself. What do you want? You gotta ask yourself, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Yeah. What do you want?
What do I want?
What do you want? And respects of loving your neighbor as yourself. What do you want? This is what you gotta ask yourself. What do you want?
Sloggy, if I may. I mean, just something basic.
Yeah.
I want to be respected, so I'm going to respect my brothers and sisters.
What do you want, Dr. Zach?
I want the kingdom.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But what do you want? What do you want? How much you love yourself?
I mean, I love myself like I love my brothers.
How do you love yourself? You can't love your brother
wholeheartedly.
because it's love thy neighbor as thyself. You can't love your neighbor if you don't.
Right.
Remember, love is an action. Right?
Right.
So, how do you love yourself?
That's a good question. I don't think of that enough.
Oh, Sloggy, my fault. Nah, I just caught like what you just said because it just reminded me of something. It was actually, it's a sister in the world, but
No, that's fine.
She said this one time and it like really like caught my attention. She said, "Hurt people hurt people."
Hurt people hurt people. Golly, yeah.
So I was like, oh, like, but you know, you see it. You know, people who, or I would say people as brothers and sisters in the world who don't love themselves, they're not gonna know how to love, like, you know, their own people in a sense, because they don't love themselves.
That's true. But how do you love yourself?
I love myself a lot, so.
Yeah, I hear you. But what do you do? Remember?
Oh, Sloggy, I proved it.
Now everything is bringing everything in towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we read today, I'm putting it on you now.
If I may, I prove it through my actions. So.
Okay. What about you, Sawat?
I follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and the laws of the Lord the best I can.
Okay. What about you, sis? Give me an example of how you love yourself. I'm not talking about, like, loving yourself is not looking in the mirror like, damn. You know what I mean?
I love myself through, not like through, but the way I take care of my mother. I think I try to show, try to do the best for her. Because when, I always think my children, they kind of out there. I'm like, if I get that all, something happened to me, I want, someone to take care of me.
Exactly.
So, I try to take care of my mom, and I ask the Most High to help me, to have mercy and compassion on her. Because having Alzheimer's and stuff, sometimes, she's like two personalities. One day she's this little old sweet lady, and the next one she's this boxer, trying to punch you down. So, I have to just always think I'm just trying to do best for her. And, like I always say, it's not about me, it's about the Most High.
That's
what
right.
we should be doing to please Him.
Right.
And if my mom beat me up and I'm beating her back up, that ain't pleasing.
Right. No. Yeah. Absolutely. Right. And we doing all of that. We doing everything we do for reward. There's a reward. You get what I mean? There's a reward in taking care of your mother. There's a reward in, loving your brother. There is. You get what I'm saying? Real ultimately, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Right? Reward or no reward, you're going to do the right thing. But there is a reward. This is how it is. You see? There's a reward in the kingdom. Right? Like, servants, wives, land. Right? That's a reward. But also, there's a reward in, at least to me, tell me if I'm tripping, in the satisfaction of doing the right thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, say somebody dropped their wallet and I'm behind them. right? And his money, you know, I don't even know what's in it, but I can see, maybe you can see his money in it. And I'm like, hey, you dropped your wallet. I could have been like,
I've been blessed today.
right, right? I could have did that. Or I could have, hey man, you dropped your wallet. Oh man, thank you, man. That could have been his rent. Where his 3 kids live. And his wife just died, and that's all he had. You get what I'm saying? Stuff can be as deep as you, who knows? You understand? And he probably, man, you want something from me here? Some chips or something? Yeah, heck yeah, I'll take some, I'm just saying. It's a satisfaction, it's a reward in doing the right thing. Like, you just feel good about yourself when you like, oh, you got a man? Oh, no, I can't do that. Have a good one. There's a reward in that. You walk away like, yeah. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, there's so many things. Hey, man, I got some weed. You trying to smoke? No, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. What you mean you don't do that? I don't do that. Like you don't get high? No, I don't do that. And these are your friends from the world, like they're looking at they're like, this Mike, this you? Mike. I don't do that. I don't do it, bro. What you mean you don't do it? I don't get high, bro. I stopped getting high. You should stop getting high too. Then it's gonna click. Man, yo, Mike over there tripping, man. Mike over there, he not the same. There's a reward in like doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And the last thing I say on that, what Cain did was horrible, but it's the spirit he was in that I want to analyze. Don't be arrogant. You know what I mean? Don't be arrogant. Don't be self-centered. You know, what do I mean by that?
Don't feed into like your carnal desires or your flesh. At least that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, but okay, with Cain and Abel, remember he murdered it. How do you murder your brother?
There's a lot of ways you can do it.
Yeah, give me an example.
Okay.
How a brother can murder his brother or sister.
Selling them drugs.
Selling them drugs.
So many things. Sleeping with his woman.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the head.
Yeah. How could he spiritually shoot him in the head?
Oh man.
Talk to him like he ain't nothing, right?
Yeah. Teaching him lies.
Teaching him lies. He can talk to you like he nothing. Listen, like the sister say, or you don't want to be a conceited individual. That's true too. Like I'm man, like even back in the day, man, I never was that person like, oh, this and that. I was like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really, that's not loving yourself, looking at yourself all day. You know what I mean? You got people that's just obsessed with how they look, you know, but really they're ugly inside. You get my point? Ugly as hell. And they think that they just, listen, man, whatever you're going through, just keep thugging it out, man. You're gonna be all right. Brothers and sisters, you're gonna be all right. But listen, we at the end of this thing. We are at the end. We at the end, like it's so wicked. Like people be like, God don't exist. I'm like, if God don't exist, man. If there's no if Christ not coming back, and there's no such thing as God, and where is Earth leading? Where is it going? Where's it going? Right? The world is evil. There's all kind of diseases. There's all kind of sicknesses. There's all kind of, storms going on. You see what's going on in Texas? People's houses are caving in. and it's like ice. Ice. I'm like, how the hell like the ice froze in time? How does that even happen? Like as the water comes out, it just freezes. Can you imagine that? In your house? No lights, no electricity. They talking about Ebola coming back? For real, in Africa. I think like 11 people died. Remember, over 10,000 people died from that a few years ago. Most High resurrect Ebola. COVID? Shoot. People gonna be cold. I think Ebola was like using the restroom on yourself. Like that was one of the symptoms. Like having runny bowels, or you know what I mean? For lack of less vulgar term, I guess. But man, we at the end. Christ is definitely coming back. You get what I'm saying? Just keep on pressing forward, man. So, any questions? Right? Cain and Abel. We talked about Cain and Abel and love your neighbor as yourself today. So you focus on that. Focus on how you treat yourself, or how you want to be treated, and how you treat others. How you talk to people, how you want people to talk to you. How you deal with people, how you want them to deal with you. You get my point? That's what you get from this class. Today's class. No questions? It's like my son tried to call me. No questions. All right. We're gonna close out the Sabbath service. I wanted everybody that tuned in. Make sure if y'all on YouTube, man, make sure you subscribe. Support the truth. So I mind him, just myself. It's like Laya Sharala. Mayim Wapinyakodum, which means to stand or rise and face the east. As we throw up these prayers, right? Throw up these prayers. You know what sticks out to me every time we pray? When Yahushua was on the scene and the legion of demons said, come to torment us before the time. Look, man, knowing the names of the Most High and His Son is powerful. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, Abanawa, Bashemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shumka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Ba'ah, Atazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Dalanawa, Kam, Paul, Yawam, Salak Lanawa, Kabawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawati Nawa, Wala'ah, Kabaya Nawa, Messiah One,
Abal,
Abishai Noah,
Abishai Noah,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Malakah,
Malakah,
Malakwa,
Malakwa,
Ma'ala,
Mala'ala,
Para,
Para,
Aulamium,
Aman.
Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done,
Thy will be done.
in earth, as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day,
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts,
And forgive us our debts.
as we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not, into temptation, but deliver us, from evil. For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom.
and the power,
And the power.
and the glory,
And the glory.
forever.